at Rev is I am a ordained minister. I'm a pastor. I do that vocationally. That's my full-time job. Um, the other side of the Rev thing is I really like riding motorcycles, and so Rev to the Limit is just kind of a joke. I hang out with a lot of guys in an urban context. Some of those guys kind of play around with the whole rapper persona and all that. So if you think my humor is lame, that's alright. I've heard it before. I kind of embrace my nerdship. The gun I want to talk to you about today is one that I've been enjoying just for about a little under a year now, and it's a Spikes Tactical Lower with an Adams Arms upper. It's a pistol, an AR pistol. I've got a Bushnell, a TRS-25. Man, that you can watch stuff about that all over the internet on it. And there's a single point sling on it. This actually isn't the sling that I typically run on it, but my wife has this on it because she was shooting it. It's down to wee tiny size. So that's what's up with that. It's got Magpul flip up sights. Everything else is pretty standard on it. So what's the point of a 7.5 inch barrel, AR pistol? The point for me is I like it. What about the piston? About the piston thing? Now that's the thing I'm feeling out right now, and I love your perspectives on it. I'll tell you what my thinking is. My personal opinion is, when it comes to ARs, I'm a fan of direct impingement. I'm not I'm not typically into the piston thing. Seems like it's something that was really cool or really fancy a couple years ago, and that everybody cared a lot about. I didn't get on that bandwagon. It just doesn't. I don't see a problem with the way ARs have been for quite a while. You clean it, you run it, you get a good one, you take care of your gun, and it tends to take care of you if you're. That's my opinion. It's not a perfect platform, but there are far, far worse platforms out there, and I'm thankful for them, and I enjoy shooting them. So I really like the lower on this gun. The reason why I went piston with this is because it's a pistol and it's a short one. I've read a lot of stuff, researched that a lot of people are not claiming to have reliability, favorable reliability, I'll say, in the sub 10.5 inch AR pistols. And so to compensate for the reliability issues that I was reading about, I chose to go with a piston-driven gun on this shorter platform. The other way to go about it, in my mind, would be to go up to a 10 or 11 inch gun, and that's a valid choice, and it's a less expensive choice. So I was looking for something short for this particular purpose, just for something that I would enjoy. And I'm still kind of feeling it out. If this doesn't work out for me, and so far it's been completely reliable. I have not shot thousands and thousands of rounds out of this gun. Not this year. It's not my primary AR. I don't have occasion to go shoot, pistol ARs. I probably, on the conservative side, I probably put, 600 rounds through this gun. And just not a ton of shooting. 100, 150 rounds, every once in a while when I go to the range. It's a good gun. So far, I haven't had any stoppages. I'm sure they'll come. I don't know of any gun that doesn't ever fail. At least I don't believe in that. It's kind of a unicorn or a redhead with a soul. It's one of those things. You just don't run into unicorns these days, nor do you run into redheads with souls. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce this gun to you. My first impressions of it so far are that it's a reliable gun. It's a good gun. What's it good for, right? Well, it's going to be on the heavier side for what it is because it's got the piston driven, system in it. It's still relatively light because it's so stinking small. Do you need an AR pistol this small? Probably not. I haven't personally chosen to go the route of having, SBRs in my stage in life. A couple of reasons for that is I want to be able to travel to visit family. My family that lives on has farm property in places. I don't want to have to worry about, okay, can I cross state lines with this situation? I mean, I'm going to read the law, I'm going to do that, but I just don't want to have that issue. So for me right now, this is a good option. I haven't had any trouble controlling it, shooting it. It's been a great little gun. My wife loves to shoot this gun, and so that's a good thing, and that's a big reason why I have it. What did it replace? For me, it replaced a Kel-Tec Sub 2K that I had a Red Lion setup on, first generation Kel-Tec Sub 2K, which I never had any problems with that gun. In fact, I really, really enjoyed it. I'll tell you why I don't still have that gun. I don't have it because I couldn't ever get my head completely satisfied with the build quality of Kel-Tec products. Look, I just said I don't have any reason to tell you that Kel-Tec was a piece of junk. It never failed on me. I just didn't. I ran 33 Glock mags, 33 round Glock mags through it, and it just functioned. I didn't have a problem with it. When I got it out, I hated the sights on it. I changed those. I had this cool little, rail system that would allow me to fold it and move it. And look, it was a great gun, and it worked as a truck gun for me, basically. And it would run my Glock mags in it. And, hey, there was quite a system that you could carry. Like, look, you could have your primary gun, you could have a backup gun, you could have your truck gun, and they could all take the same magazines. And it just seemed so cool to me. And you know what? I get it. It's a nice system. I just didn't feel like it was made of the quality of parts and build that if I really needed to rely on it, that I could be sure in my mind that I wasn't going to break it. And I know that everything will fail. I just felt like that was going to fail sooner. Now, what I should have done, I should have run it until it broke so that I could prove that. But then I would have a value equation problem. And for me, this is a hobby. So you're going to have a hobbyist perspective. And so I decided I wanted something else. So I sold it and I got something else. That's what happened. This is what replaced it. And it's been a great, truck gun per se. You can put this in a baseball bag, baseball bat bag, and it just disappears. Even in a relatively liberal urban environment like I live in. So I think it's a great gun. It shoots well. So far, I've primarily shot it at close distances. I haven't shot anything beyond 100 yards with this gun, so I can't tell you what its accuracy is like. I don't have a sight on it that would be able to be pushed like that anyway, and I don't really think this gun is primarily made for that. I am interested, and at some point I will find out for you. How far will this shoot effectively? How different is it than your standard length configured ARs? I can answer that question for you at some point, but for the here and now, for the present, I'm just introducing this gun to you again. Spikes Tactical, Adams Arms, your Samson Shorty rail, your covers for the rail, hand stop, single point attachment, a little bit of paracord on the back, flip up Magpul sights, Bushnell TRS 25. That's my truck gun setup right now. And let's be honest, I'm a preacher. I don't always have a gun in my truck. You know, that's but if I were going to always have a gun in my truck, right now this would be it. Thanks, guys.